I'm back in the kitchen with one of the most requested guests from last year. That's right, I am cooking with my son and teen chef, Britton Cone. Welcome back to the Sami Cone Show.
Thank you.
I have to tell us, we were actually in the clearance section of Walmart right after Christmas, and someone came up to me and said, "Excuse me, are you Sami Cone?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I love your show." And then she immediately turned to Britton and was like, "I loved your recipe." And I never heard from her again. It was all Britton. So here you go. We know who you really tune in to see. So this is another recipe, his marinated Asian cucumber salad that has been really requested because I share about it a lot on social media because we eat it a lot. Right? So you're going to show us how to do it. Really easy. So what are you doing right now?
Yeah, so first I'm just cutting up the cucumber in a bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
Because you want the cucumber easy to eat as like an appetizer, a little side thing to go along with your dish.
And you cut it lengthwise, so that's important. And we usually suggest an English cucumber because they're seedless. But if you don't have a seedless cucumber, you can stop at this juncture and take a spoon and just scoop out the center of it if you want to take your seeds out. So that's really easy. But if not, you can just go ahead and cut it the way that Britton is cutting it right now.
So about in a fourth, and then you take the fourth and cut it into other bite-sized pieces.
I'll let you do this one as well.
Thank you.
So while you do that, I'm gonna move this over with the clean hands here. Okay, so the important part is to get this cut up, and then we're gonna technically marinate it with kosher salt for theoretically, I mean, as long as you can. I'll be honest, one of the reasons I wanted to highlight this recipe now is because it sits really well in the fridge, and it's a recipe that gets better the longer that it sits in the dressing we're gonna make. We never let it sit. We pretty much finish it off the minute he makes it, is really what ends up happening. So here, let me just do it this way. This will be easier. So we put all of these in a bowl, and again, marinate it as long as you can with, how much kosher salt would you say, dude?
Heavily. So a good amount, probably about tablespoon-ish.
Does that work? Tablespoon-ish? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna let that sit there and just set it off to the side, and this can be in the bowl that you're gonna put the dressing in later.
Right.
And if there was extra, sometimes when you marinate something in salt, you'll get extra juice, so to speak, but you can just drain that off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've put
I've put 2 to 3 cloves of garlic in a separate bowl.
Okay, that you minced already.
Right, and we're gonna add another teaspoon of sugar.
Okay, and the sugar just helps balance the acidity. It kind of gives you that umami flavor, but it is Asian after all. Okay, what's next?
And now we have rice vinegar that we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of.
And you can get rice vinegar, again, if it's really easy to get at any grocery store, obviously a World Market or an Asian grocery store. Okay.
And we're just gonna add a little bit of black pepper.
Okay.
If you don't have a grinder, just like about a pinch would be good. Now we have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
And if you are doing gluten-free this year, you can use tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce. And this is real, I mean, this isn't real complicated, right? This is
very simple. And then to finish it off, we have some sesame oil that we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of.
I love it. Get toasted sesame oil if you can. Okay.
And just add a little bit of spice. We have some sriracha.
Yes, we do. And we're not super spicy people, but giving it that just squirt of sriracha really helps give it a little kick. That makes it really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're mixing that up?
Yeah. If you don't want to dirty another dish, you can just use a teaspoon.
And then here's where the magic happens. Voila. And that's really all that it is. So why don't you use that teaspoon just to, since we don't have a serving spoon here, mix it up. But this is, we made this salad yesterday, so it's been sitting for a day, and really, I mean, that's all that it is. You can see that the soy sauce and the sesame oil and the sriracha really come together. This is actually 2 cucumbers because this does make quite a bit of dressing. This is great for fish as well. It's really a good accompaniment, but that's as easy as it is. And I think we just wanted to say, when you're meal planning, look for things that your kids, your family is already eating, and then just try to expand upon that. You don't have to just go with cucumber sticks and carrot sticks.
Right.
Make better choices, and you can still add some really healthy components to this. We got a rotisserie chicken from Costco yesterday. You have that for dinner. You make a chicken salad the next day, have this with it.
Yeah, vegetables don't have to be boring. You can make them good.
Vegetables don't have to be boring. You heard it here first. All right, we're going to have this full recipe on SamiCone.com. Britton Cone, thanks for joining me.
It's always a pleasure.
Okay, we'll see you soon in the kitchen. job.